Returning to my Coin Lady channel, I am pleased to see you again. As you can see on your screen, Fox Business writer Eleanor Terrett broke the greatest crypto news of the day, at least for XRP holders. To make sure everyone is up to date, I'm going to read it over again fast. However, I feel it is important to inform you right from the start. Thus, it is true. Just because Eleanor has some insiders, doesn't mean you can start spreading rumors. Okay, so this is a real journal. It has real sources and a fantastic record of success. Publishes more than just strange, gossipy things online. The SEC and Ripple appeal, according to her sources, will eventually drop the lawsuit. It will be over soon. Isn't that what's expected here? There are a lot of moving parts here, but I'll give you the lowdown from a few lawyers in this video, so you can learn more. One of the attorneys is an XRP community member, and he seems really hopeful that this could all just go away if the court vacates the damn order. By the way, depending on the time frame, this might happen right in the midst of the largest bull run in XRP history. After that, everything will be okay. It is truly exacerbating the situation. For XRP holders, it is the reason it is significant. We have known that XRP itself has legal clarity since July 13, 2023, so that element will remain unchanged. But I'm simply going to give you the opinion of a couple lawyers, and the market can react positively to news like this when it's in a frenzy. However, it's worth noting that at least one of them genuinely seems to agree with that overall point. It's merely a matter of calculating the likelihood of it happening. Since a verdict has already been made, it is impossible for Ripple and the SEC to reach a consensus on what should happen. A few tiers of intricacy, then. Here is what happened yesterday morning. Business journalist Eleanor Terry Fox posted the following, which has now gone viral, with over 2 million views, and has been the subject of innumerable discussions on various online platforms. I mean, come on, you heard about this one regardless of if you own XRP or not. A lot has happened here. This story is significant. Regardless, she penned scoop. According to two reliable sources, the SEC Ripple case is nearing its conclusion and may be concluded soon. It has been my impression that the ongoing negotiations by Ripple's legal team over the terms of the August District Court ruling, which barred the company from selling XRP to institutional investors and imposed a $125 million fine, are to blame for the delay in reaching an agreement. According to what I've heard, the reasoning behind not penalizing Ripple is because the new SEC leadership is removing any penalties against previously targeted crypto firms in the hopes that clear regulations will address the root problem. If the SEC continues to act as though it is uncertain whether any violation occurred, Ripple would be effectively admitting guilt if it accepts the Torres verdict as it is. Perhaps the lengthier time it is taking to resolve this issue compared to others is because there is no actual blueprint for situations like these. A pair alright, and incidentally, Metal Lawman, an attorney, speculated about this around a week and a half ago. Here he is, at the bottom of the screen. I told him about this earlier, but he was assuming that the SEC isn't the one holding up the completion of this case. The battle on crypto has ended, thanks to Trump's previous rejection. So, that was the end, wasn't it? In this case, it wouldn't be due to SEC, but rather Ripple. According to these sources, that was Metal Lawman's speculation confirmed. For all intents and purposes, it is the same argument. At least two of my videos featured attorney Jeremy Hogan's post in which he offered his viewpoint. That seemed reasonable to him. In addition, the theory was deemed sound by attorney John Deaton. Yeah, they were all in agreement, since the situation really does make a lot of sense. Now, however, we may discuss this. Simply put, how can we move forward with this? What can we do to eliminate this entirely? The order should be withdrawn. Since a judge has already ruled that the SEC and Ripple cannot do anything to remove the legal action, we know that the SEC cannot do anything to remove the action. View this now. Canceling the $125 million Ripple punishment is not the problem, according to this post from an XRP community member in Mubarak. Without batting an eye, Ripple can cover that. All right, for the sake of brevity, I will say that, yes, it is true that financially, it is not a problem for their stockholders. Probably wouldn't be very pleased if they didn't do their best to bring that number down to zero, in my opinion. I see your point. The ripple effect isn't terrible. So what? Let's pretend it's all right. Then he goes on to claim that the injunction is the problem because it stops Ripple from selling XRP to big investors. Wow, that's a major point. Ripple is currently in talks to have that injunction lifted. Since I am not an attorney, I am unsure of the proper legal avenues to pursue in light of the existing court order. Sure, I have a couple of thoughts about that. It is understandable that Ripple would like to see that removed. I agree with him on that point, but I feel compelled to mention that, to be honest, Ripple isn't really affected by this. It is true that it is unpleasant and foolish. We can all agree that XRP should be able to function as a bridge currency for any corridor connection in the US, but it's not like there isn't a solution. Even though it's dumb and they don't want to, Ripple has publicly acknowledged that they've known this for a while. They've been using stable coins as a bridge currency instead of XRP for corridors touched in the US and for Ripple payments generally. Of course, they also released a stable coin of their own. Wow, RL and USD, isn't that fascinating? So it seems like they have this thing figured out. There are a few approaches to this. They are free to go about their tasks. They will be able to recover. Nonetheless, I must admit that I share the sentiment. There must be a way for you to resist this. Am I correct? I understand. The XRP community's attorney, Bill Morgan, offered some thoughts on the matter. He noted in his response to Yasser Barker that, technically speaking, Ripple will not be attempting to have the permanent injunction lifted, but rather to have the SEC agree with the judge to do so. He wants it to be known that he is not advocating for its removal through rippling. Judge, could you please remove this? That's what the SEC is attempting to convey. Because first the SEC would have to give its stamp of approval, and then Judge Torres would have to sign off. We will return to that element now. Was Judge Torres really going to overturn her own decision? Another local attorney has some thoughts on the matter, so we will get back to it. Seeing my video is an honor. When you're done, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think.